Hello students, how are you all? Hope that you're all fine. So welcome to another lecture for fresh lecture for social science. So students, as you all know that we have started civics chapter 3. So in last lecture we have seen about uh, I'll show in the screen. Okay. Yeah. So in the last lecture we have seen about government. Okay. What are the what is the need for government and what are the levels of government, local level, state level, national level, and what are the laws that are that are included in the government, and the types of government we have seen about the two types, the democracy and monarchy. So today, as we are going to learn a little in detail about them, and yesterday we seen about democracy. What was democracy means? Democracy means who gives the government this power to make the decisions. And in a democracy, the people who give the government this power means people are the power for government to allow them. Means how we can say through elections. Means people elect person to be or to be in concern with the government. He would be the concerned person. He would be the supportive person for the people, okay, who works accordingly for the growth and development of the people or the nation. So once elected, these persons form the government. And in a democracy, the government has to explain its action and defend its decisions to the people. And we have seen in detail about monarchy also. Monarchy means a king or queen. Means a king decides everything, and all the other people of or all the servants of him should obey that or follow that. Okay, so a king runs the government, that is known as monarchy. Monarch may have a small group of people to discuss matters with. Okay, and the final decision making power remains with the monarch or the kings or the queens. Okay, and unlike in a democracy, the kings and queens do not have to explain their actions, but they will defend their decisions. They will directly take the action. They will not to explain that. So these things we have studied in detail about the two types of government, that is democracy and monarchy, in the end of the video yesterday. Okay, so today, children, we are going to learn about more about we'll today we'll end up this chapter explanation. Okay, so today's topics that we are going to discuss are what is that domestic violence. Yesterday we have seen in short. Today we'll see little more about what is domestic government in detail. Little more, we'll see what all things are included in it. Then what is a representative democracy? What do you mean by representative democracy? Then what do you mean by universal adult franchise? Okay, and voting rights. We are going to see about how to vote, why the voting is important in a nation or for a country. And in USA, in Europe, what all activities or what all things were being carried out uh, for this election purpose. What all things were being carried by considering women's, okay, where women's allowed or not for the elections or not, that we are going to see today, and how they struggled against in these times that they were not allowed to vote. Okay, so and whether the adult people would really are allowed to vote or not. So these things we are going to see in today's lecture. But before that, let me tell you, uh, in the last lecture for that history, the last lecture, standard, sorry, chapter number 6, okay, in history, there I had to discuss some few points that I will, no issue, I will discuss after the end of this chapter. Okay, and about this chapter we'll be discussing along with the chapter, but that in the last lecture I couldn't discuss it with you. I had to discuss few points about chapter 6 in history, that is new questions and ideas. Means I just wanted to share, means as I told you, you have to link, yeah, these things with your real life, how these things are added with your real life, that you have to think about. So that those things I have to discuss with you of the previous history chapter, that is chapter number 6. No issue, that we'll discuss after the end of this civics chapter. Okay, so today we are going to end up, we will be completing this explanation for this chapter of civics, chapter number 3. Okay, and these things of this chapter means how this has been related to our real life. For this civics chapter I'll be discussing along with the chapter only, along with my explanation, so I will not be sharing a different in an alag in a, means we can say in a different way, I will not be discussing. Okay, or I will not be discussing with you separately about this. So for this chapter, how it is added to your real life, these things I'll be just explaining with you. Okay, so yeah, so without wasting much time, let's start today's topics for the second part of this chapter. So, as I told you, yesterday we have seen about the democratic government. Let's recall that once again. What is that? There are two types of government in a country, that is democracy and monarchy. And democracy, as we already seen, that people elect the person, okay, the concerned person who takes decisions in a government. Okay, and once this person is elected, uh, these persons form the government. And in a democracy, the government has to explain its action, means it has to defend its decisions to the people. So this is what we have seen about the democratic. So let's see about the government, how the government acts as a part of democracy. So India, as we know, it is a democratic country. Okay, and this is the result of long and eventful struggle for the of the Indian people. Means, yeah, so it is a result of what Indian people have been struggling this for since many years, and a result of a long and eventful struggle for the Indian people. Okay, and there are other places in the world, means there are many more other places in the world where people have also struggled to have democracies. Means, in a sense, means democracy. What is the main feature of democracy? That people have the power to elect their leaders, as we have already seen in the last lecture. What is democratic or democracy? That means the people have the every rights. They elect a particular person, or they select their leader to whom they want to lead them. So people are only the responsible, or people are the means we can say the asset for a nation. Means they select a person. How, if this person leads our country, means our country will reach in next level, then only our country will grow with the guidance of this person. So in this way, for children, uh, for a, means we can say a weird example, I will tell you a weird example. As you know, you all know that who is our prime minister? Yeah, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Okay, so you all know that he's been elected as prime minister only through the voting of the people. Means, people believe that, people believe in his, people trust in his faith. Means people have, sorry, people trust in his, people believe in it. People believe in his activities that he does. Okay, people believe in him thoroughly. Means that he will do something, then only our nation will surely, it will excel, or our nation will, he'll take our nation into next level. Means people believe in him. People believe, people uh, trust in his act. So this is why people elect him as when the elections came. Okay, at that time people have elected or voted for him for, as that people have selected a leader for a country. So prime minister, he has been, so right now he has been the prime minister of India. So it is only because of the faith of the people. that that have put on him. Okay, so this is why. So people believe in his acts that he does. People believe in his ways that he does. People love his speeches that he gives. So this is what makes him okay uh, to be the leader of this nation. So this is what democracy means. India it is not like that. Simply, it is known as democratic country. No. Okay. So in a way, democracy ruled by the people. Okay. What is democracy? It is a rule that is made by the or means by the people. And the what is the basic idea of this means we can say the basic idea, as you can see the second point, the basic idea that people rule themselves by participating in making of this rule. So people what the people or the nation itself themselves uh, rule they themselves rule by participating in making of these rules means people itself they themselves include into this act of what for making such rules and regulations means in a way means they give elections means in elections they give votes. Okay, and they select a candidate as a leader. So this is what the people do in a country or in a nation, or they select in this way or in this manner they select a leader so that our country could be developed. So this is what democratic governments is. Now let's see what representative democracy, let's see about what that representative uh, means. So what do you mean by the representative democracy? So in present times, as we can see in today's era, in today's days, okay. So democratic governments are called what? So the governments that are democratic governments, they are known as who? Representative democracies. They are known as representative democracies. Okay, and in this representative democracies, people do not participate directly. People are not means they cannot go on directly and act in a matter. No, they do not interfere directly. Means they do not participate in any of the activities directly. No, but instead they choose their representatives through an election process. Okay, and these representatives meet and make decisions for the people. So as far as we have been discussing from last lecture, I am already right now also I explained what is that democracy means. People elect a person. As people in this, what is as a whole, if we see democracy means people directly cannot go and directly take an action on any of the matter. No, but instead of that, what do people do? People elect a person and make him to act on this matter. What is his opinion? So they act in this way. They accept his opinions that what he, and because they believe in him that he will definitely get this into another track or into another level. Okay, so this is what how so these representatives meet and make the decisions for the people. This is what democracy means. So the representative of the democratic government does the work only of, as per the people what people actually wants. So he acts accordingly what people needs. What are the needs of people? What do people want me to do? So that representative of that democratic government who is elected, okay, he will think like that, yeah, people wants me to do this, or people wants me to act like this into this matter. Okay, uh, in simple example I will give. If he has made, if people is say people want elected a person, then if he makes a rule that after in the night time after 10 p.m., as there no woman will, or no any person, none of the person will get out of their homes. Okay, or leave that. We will take another weird example about today's current situation. So as this is corona time going on, so as government have planned that no person will get out of their homes. Okay, so this is a means, as in a simple way, if we can say, if Narendra Modi ji, if he has made this decision that And in the lockdown period, as he has made a decision that no person will get out of the house. So it is a, it means people means people believe in him that he will do a correct, or he will make a right decision that no one will get out of home. Why? Because everyone needs safety. So this is what. So he made a plan. He made a decision that from and right now, as we can say, after 7 p.m. there no shops or no shopping mall or no no shops will be opened. Means after 7 every shops will be closed. These things have been decided by the government. So and today, right, recent day also, it's been following by the people. Why? Because we all know that it is the current situation. It is very crucial situation, very bad situation going on. So in this way, so that representative means Modi ji, he has been elected as a person or as a part of a government. Okay, so he has made a decision that no person will go. People also need that he may take a right decision. So this is what, and right now, as he had made a decision that no shop will be opened after 7. Okay, so so before 7 every shops will be closed. So right now it's been following. Okay. Uh, okay, children, I hope that you're understanding, isn't it? So is any shops been opened after 7 p.m.? No. Means, yeah, so it is it's made a uh, thorough rule for the entire nation. So it means people must uh, think of that. Why it is made? Because it is for the safety. Means before 7 p.m. we have to get all our what our needs we have. We have to complete it before 7. No one will go after that, because it's a made rule that to avoid this social gathering, to avoid this what we can say, yeah, to make this social distancing little more familiar with the people, he made this decision. So this, it's been followed till now or till today. So this is what democracy means. So this is what the a representative of the democracy should do. Okay, so this is what I hope that you understood what is a representative democracy. So these representatives meet and make the decisions for the people as they have been elected through the election process. Okay, so I hope that you understood. So one essential element for democracy, there is one essential element for democracy. What is that? Universal adult franchising. Now, what is that? What is the meaning of universal adult franchising? Let's see. So this means that all adults in the country are allowed to vote. What does a universal adult franchisee mean? It means that all the, let's say, above the age of 60, means those who are very aged people, they are allowed. They are also even allowed to vote. Okay, or means to elect a person, they are allowed to vote. And in the past there was a time when women and the poor did not participate in the elections. So in previous times, if we see, no women or no poor people were allowed to participate in the elections. Okay, and in the earliest forms of democracy, only educated men who owned property were allowed to vote. And also there were also a times where educated people only would had the chance to be part of, or part in the, or would allowed to take vote. Okay, the women, the poor, the property less, and the uneducated were not allowed to vote. Okay, in previous times, before, okay, in earlier times, no women, no poor people, no property proper means the propertyless persons, and the uneducated people were not at all allowed to take the vote. Okay, but then after what happened, there were certain voting rights came. Okay, means those who can take. So before independence, only a small minority was allowed to vote. Means some people were allowed to vote, and several people demanded that all adults should have the right to vote. So their decision planning came that it is not like that. For a development of a nation or for a development of a country, what we have to do, there should be election in such a way that everyone must have a one mind or one thinking. Everyone should elect a person. There should be chance for everybody to elect a person. Means everybody's opinion should be taken. It's not like that some part of or some group of people will elect a person, and some other people will say that no, this person is not clear. No, it's not like that. Every person should have the opportunity to be a part of an election. Means they should uh, be asked to give vote. So this is what. So several people demanded that all adults should also have the right to vote. Okay. So Mahatma Gandhi once wrote about it in the Young India Journal in 1931. Shri Mahatma Gandhi ji, he wrote means writing in journal Young India book, okay, or in a journal. He wrote that Gandhiji said, I cannot possibly bear the idea that a man who has got wealth should have the vote, but that a man who has got character but no wealth or literacy should have no vote. Okay, or that a man who works honestly by the sweat of his brow day, in and day out, should not have the vote for the crime of being a poor man. So yeah, what is this Gandhiji means to say that he cannot accept the idea that only wealthy person, now those who are rich people, they only should have the right to vote. No, okay, but that a man who has got character but no wealth, he might be having good character and no, he might be having good, he is a good charactered person, but he is not having any wealth, he is not educated, should not vote. It's not like that. He should also be given the chance to vote. Means he might not be educated or he might not be having money, but his character is very good. So such person should also have the right to vote. Or a man who works honestly by the sweat of his brow day in and day out should not have the vote for the crime of being a poor man. Okay, or a man who works honestly by his hard work, by the sweat of his brow day, means who works very honestly, should not have the vote for the crime of being poor man. Okay, so he should not be allowed in a way that being a poor man, he should not be allowed to give the right to vote. No, it's not like that. It means the Gandhiji meant to say, he means to say that every person, each and every person, he, whether he might be poor or he might be uneducated, but his character is good. So such type of person should also be given the right to vote. It's not like that only wealthy person or the only the educated people should have the right to vote. No. See, in that way, if we have to decide, means the government will not run in a proper way. So then what will happen? Government will only, means there will be what there will be, we can say, prejudice, we can say, they will give only the support to the rich people, they will not look after the poor people. Okay, so there will be partiality between poor and rich. Then if rich people elect a person, means if such thing happens, means what will happen? That government will only support the rich people, they will not look after the poor people. So so that's why Gandhiji is he means to say, okay, that every person, not only that only educated person and or rich person should only have the right to vote. No, every people must have the right to vote. This is what Gandhiji has wrought in that journal. And let's see, have a glimpse on USA and Europe. What was the condition of this vote? So all over Europe and USA, women and the poor have had to fight for the participation in government. So in US and Europe, women and poor were, as I already said, in US and Europe, there no women and poor people were allowed to vote or to take the participation in the government. So women struggled to vote, got strengthened during the First World War. So when First World War came, women struggled to participate in this election process. So this movement is called what? Women's suffrage movement. This is what women's suffrage movement took place as they have struggled to be a part of in the part to take part in this government. Okay, the term suffrage. What is the suffrage? Usually means what? What is the meaning of suffrage? Suffrage means right to vote. So the movement that women took, means that women in those times, as they were not allowed in USA and Europe, as women were not allowed to take, were not allowed to right to vote. At that time, what happened? The women made a strike, or they made a struggle movement. That what is the name of the struggle movement? Women's suffrage movement. What is the meaning of suffrage? Right to vote means the women should be allowed to right to vote. So this is what the movement took place. So and there was a war. So during war, many men were away fighting, and women were called upon to do work that was earlier considered men's work. Okay, as how they were not allowed to be a part of this government or to vote, means women were called upon to do work that men's were doing, and women began organizing and managing different kinds of work. So what happened then? Women, with their struggling movement, what was the name of their movement? Women suffrage movement. So women showed the people of USA and Europe that they are not they are not they do not backlog, means they are not weak in any of the activities. They can do every work. They Women can also do the work of that men's do. And women began organizing and managing different kinds of work. Okay, and the unfair stereotypes about women and their capabilities began shattering. What happened? Women started to show their talent. Okay, that we can also do all the things that men's do. Okay, and uh, the unfair stereotypes we have seen in chapter number 2 about stereotypes. What is that? Stereotypes in the chapter of Ambedkar. Okay, Dr. Ambedkar ji, we have already learned the stereotypes means when people start to criticize us that we are not able to do this and that. So here women's were being stereotyped. Okay, so that unfair stereotype about women and their capabilities means that began shattering. Means what happened due to that stereotypes, as people were not allowing women to participate in anything, they their capabilities or that began to shatter. Means as people were criticizing the women, or they were just throwing stereotypes over the women, that their talent also was being hidden. Okay, due to this unfair stereotypes, then women began to be seen as being equally capable of making decisions. But still, what happened? Women became strong. They made struggle movement. What was the name? Women's suffrage movement. And with that movement, they proved themselves that they can do anything. And the what are the struggles of that suffrage? That suffragettes demanded the right to vote for all women. Means all women should be allowed to do this vote. Voting should have the voting right. And first, to get their demands heard, they chained themselves to railings in public places. Many suffragettes were imprisoned. Okay, even though their women were being imprisoned due to this movement, they some of the women were taken into prison. Okay, and they went to hunger strikes and had to fed the force. But due to this struggle, these were the struggles of women in that movement. They were being imprisoned. They chained themselves to railing in public places, and even though they remained hungry for many days or for many years, in order to fight against this stereotypes. Okay, so finally what happened? American women got the right to vote finally. In which year? 1920. And okay, in 1920 they got the right to vote in America, and women in UK got the same voting rights as men. As men were having the rights, women also got in UK the right to vote in the year of 1928. So due to this, there uh, utmost struggle for the movement, from the movement to have the right to vote, they finally got the chance to vote in the year of 1928 in UK, and in America they got the right to vote in the year of 1920. So this students, so this was the last topic. I hope that you understood. So go through the entire chapter, read the chapter properly. Okay. So in next lecture, I'll just discuss with you about the history, chapter 6. I wanted to discuss few things about that. So then about this chapter, I have already discussed with you. I hope that you understood. You have to go through the entire chapter, read it properly, and next time I'll be sharing the PDF of question answers. And the next lecture will start the new chapter, which is chapter number 4. Until then, take care and bye.